All right, so now what's too much? Let's say I start off doing, I'm trying to behave myself, so I'm just picking up what I think is important. Lift weights. Whoa, I'm moving it. I don't want to move it. There we go. Lift weights, maintaining or improving health. Okay, that's good. That's not too much. Strong abdominals, reduce lower back problems. Okay, I'm still being pretty good. Then what if I get crazy and I start doing improved flexibility can help too much? See how I'm doing like whole sentence, then I'll have to reread the whole sentence and still try to figure out what's important in it. And if I keep going, combining weights with aerobic exercise, efficient way to lose weight, that's most of the sentence. So check your own. Do you have whole sentences that are underlined? Because that's going to be too much and you're going to have to sift through it anyway. Now, what happens if I'm doing too little? If I'm doing too little, I might start off strong again. Lift, maintain, improving health. So that's okay. But what if I did strong abdominals, reduce lower back problems, and then I skip all the way down to prevent headaches? Now it looks as though the strong abdominals prevent the headaches because I skipped an important word, which is flexibility improves the headaches, not the strong abdominals. So I might even go so far as to break it out with some squares, strong abdominals, and the result is reduce lower back problems. And then flexibility, reduce tension and prevent headaches. If I kept going with too little, I might say aerobic exercise, lose weight, and I'm skipping this part, combining weights with. So did you get too little? Or did you get the key words that will give you? Now, how do you check it? You check it by reading just what you've underlined, and you'll see it'll make sense to you. So lift weights, maintaining, improving health, strong abdominals, reduce lower back problems, flexibility, reduce tension, and prevent headaches. It makes sense, doesn't it? It's like a shortened version of what's here, and that's what you want. That's what you want, guys. So your first assignment is going to be doing this, just the underlining and the key points. You're going to try to pull the key point of the paragraph out. So let me show you how you get the key point. You're really going to like this. You know that an essay, I have to use this, don't I? Let's switch. So you know that an essay is comprised of an intro and a conclusion. I think I have a different, let's go back to the slide for a minute. You know that an essay is comprised of an intro, a body, and a conclusion. Can anyone tell me in your own words, what does an introduction do? What does an introduction do? What are you supposed to do in your introductions, guys?
Present your topic.
Yes, you have to mention the topic, don't you? And that last line of your introduction, whether your introduction is 1 paragraph or 4 paragraphs, the last line is what we call a thesis statement. And your thesis statement, is anybody clear on what a thesis statement is supposed to do? The introduction gives you everything you need about the topic, introduces the topic. Then what does that last line do? What is your thesis statement?
It's your point of view of the
Exactly.
topic.
It gives your point about the topic or what aspect you are going to be talking about in regards to this topic. So If that's true, then that last line of an introduction is one we want to key into to figure out what the point is, right? And then what does your conclusion do? What are you supposed to do with your conclusion? Who knows that? James, what do you do with your conclusions?
I just quickly summarize in about a sentence everything I talked about in the body paragraph.
That's one thing you do. You sum up all the points in the body, and then you're supposed to do something else with it. Does anybody know?
Restate this.
Well, it's not exactly restating it. You are making a point about the topic in your thesis, but in your conclusion, it should be much deeper, right? It should extend beyond the immediate example. You should be going further out of there, out into the future. If we keep doing this, this is going to happen. If we do something different, this will happen. Or you could talk about how it affects people at a basic level, all of humans. So it goes much further. The conclusion not just sums up the point you made about this topic, but it brings it out into a deeper meaning of some sort. So if that's true, we know that the thesis statement and the conclusion are going to be where the author's overall point is for the whole piece. This works whether you're talking about just one section in your math book. First and last paragraph will give you the point of that section. Or if you're talking about a whole doggone book, like a novel, if you read the first chapter and the last chapter, you'll have the theme of the whole novel will be in there. Because that's a convention of writing that we all try to follow. We've been following it 5,000 years now, since Aristotle's time in ancient Greece. It's a formula that works. This is what you were taught to write too. Now, the more creative somebody is, the less structured it looks, but you can still rely on this technique. Somewhere in that intro, they're going to introduce the topic and make some kind of point about the topic. And in the conclusion, they're going to bring that home into a bigger, deeper, resounding meaning. So what's cool and what you may not realize is that each paragraph follows the same structure. So if you think of the first line of your paragraph, we call it a topic sentence, but it does the same thing as an intro. It introduces the topic, right? And the same thing is true about the last sentence. It should make a point about your topic in this paragraph. So if that's true, now you can figure out how to get the key point out of the paragraph. So let's go back to the very first one. Her introduction, I already told you, was that there were 4 things she was going to talk about, 4 different types. And the first sentence just tells us why. Actually, it's the second sentence. Sometimes it takes 2 sentences, just like sometimes it takes 2 paragraphs. But in the first or second sentence, you should have the topic. And the topic is she wanted to lose weight. She wanted to lose weight, right? She'd gained a lot of weight. She wanted to lose it. And so through that process, she figured out there were 4 different reasons people lost weight. Now let's go to the one that you guys underlined. And let's see if we can pull out the key point based on what you've underlined. So if you've underlined, this was the better underlining for me. The first sentence talks about lifting weights for improving health. So this is her health enthusiasts. And I might write that over here, which you cannot see because I turned off my pen mode. Okay. And now you can't see because I'm in blue. I'm blue, which is stupid. Okay, try that. There we go. So we know these are health enthusiasts. This is number 1 that she talked about in her thesis. And if we go to the last sentence, we will get the point about the health enthusiasts. And the point is 20 minutes. Now I'm still in white. I got to switch over to blue. The point is that they work out for 20 minutes 3 times a week. Back to white so you can see it. That's my point. And even if you didn't pick up, even if you're like, could that be a point? Really? Just saying that they work 20 minutes 3 times a week. By the time you get to the second paragraph in the essay, you'll realize that her second category doesn't do 20 minutes 3 times a week. It does something else. And this is how she's differentiating between the 4 types. They do it for different lengths of time, and they do it at different frequencies during the week. That's how she's defining her categories. So if I write this as, this is what you have to turn in, you're underlining, and then you got to try to pull out what the point is. Where do you look for the point of the paragraph? In the first part and the last part. Always check it. First and last will give you the point. I can't say it more clearly than that. Look at first and last. It's kind of like cheating almost once you know that secret. Are there any questions about what so you're only going to have a 1 paragraph, and you have to underline it, and then you have to pull the key points out, I believe. Before I speak too soon, I'm going to get off my thing here. No, I got to do this. And I've got to stop sharing for a moment, and then I can unhook. I have to do my rigmarole. Hold on a minute. Where I switch. And I will go to again. All right. I'm back. Stop sharing that. And I'm going to start sharing your assignment. And you guys can go into D2L with me so you can find it and make sure you know where it is before I leave you today. If I can get to, I guess I gotta go back to my Zoom. All right, so our first assignment, this will be after you do your pretest for those of you who haven't done that, is exercise 1. You will have a paragraph from an article in our book, which is how the internet has changed bullying. You will have the first paragraph and the last paragraph. And I want you to underline it and pull out a key point for each of them. So everybody try to click on that link in the announcement, or if you prefer to go to assignments, you will find it under week 1. It may not appear for you. It may say unavailable if you haven't completed enough of the assignments to do it. You have to finish that pretest. But you know what? I'm going to stop sharing, let somebody else get in there and show us how it looks from the student view. So, Mo man, will you please demonstrate how to access that? Did you do your pretest?
Not yet.
Oh, never
I
mind.
didn't start yet.
Well, actually, go ahead and show them what they'll get if they haven't done their pretest. Share your screen. I can call him a Mo man because he had me for Comp 1 over the summer. Summertime, wasn't it? Or was it last fall?
It was last fall.
Oh, okay.
Can you see my screen?
We can see table of contents, but we want to go to assignments. Don't go into the content. Yeah. And then let's see what you have for week 1. If you haven't completed your
Yeah, I have signed up for week 2 conference and discussion board.
so it doesn't even appear there, guys. You see what I'm saying? It won't even appear there, and you won't know you've missed it. So you want to go back to the announcements. Course home. Course home. The one to the left. There you go. And if you click on the link from here.
Is it week 1 handout?
No. Down a little further. Exercise 1. 1140. Yeah, 1140. Exercise 1. There you go. It says unavailable.
Yeah.
So if you get an unavailable, guys, it means you've missed something and you need to back up. And in his case, he knows he's missed some of that pretest, the prep week that he needs to do. All right, so you stop sharing, who has done their mind tap so they can show us what it'll look like when you've done your pretest? Who has done your pretest and can demonstrate for us? And Mo, you get a heart. Thank you for showing us that.
Yeah, I could try and demonstrate.
Okay. Who is that? Who said that?
Luke Tavure.
Luke, thank you. Do it, Luke. Share your screen.
I'm gonna leave and come back. I'm like,
Is that Andrew?
yeah, the network went out for some reason.
Okay. So Luke, your share screen is down in the center bottom and it's a green button. It should be a green button. Do you see it? Are you
It's-
in your D2L?
Yeah, I keep trying, but it's making me do my system preferences. So I might have to just do it
Okay.
next time.
Okay. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Who else can help us?
I
Who's
can.
done the thank you. Alexis? Okay, thank you. Share your screen. She's done her pretest, so it will be available for her.
I think it's
Your green button not working?
no. I think
Oh, maybe it's me. Maybe I didn't let you. It's me, you guys. It's not you, Luke. It was me. I'm still
Oh,
gonna
okay.
I gave you a heart anyway because you tried. All right, now try,
I
Alexis.
appreciate it.
okay. Um, it's still not working for me. Wait 1 second.
I had to allow multiple participants can share. That's weird because it was working before, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's telling me my
Darn. Well, let's try somebody else. Because I swear you should be able to share your screen. We've been doing it. Luke, you want to try now? Now that I've enabled multiple participants?
Yeah, it said I just got to rejoin. So like literally 2 seconds.
Okay. I'm sorry, but you got a heart anyway, Alexis. I appreciate you guys being willing to participate in this way. And your classmates appreciate it too, because they can see better what they're gonna encounter. All right, he's coming back in.
Okay.
Oh, we got
Hey,
you. We got you. We got you. All right,
So
go.
for me, my favorite way to do it's going through assignments, but since it doesn't work 100% of the time,
It won't if you haven't completed everything. It won't. You won't even know it's there. So I'm going to recommend going this way. Yep.
yeah. So then see 1140. It's just right here.
And it tells you how many points you're going to get for doing what. See that? Keywords, key points. Oh, I should tell you guys the difference between plot points and the key points. I should tell you that. I forgot that part. And so you've got it for the paragraph 2 is what you're going to do, and also the final paragraph. And if you click on this blue link up here where it says print the article excerpt, that's the assignment. And you can literally do it by hand and then take a shot with your camera and share it to your desktop or to your email or whatever you have to do to submit it. So here you have the full introduction of how the internet has changed bullying. And I'm going to tell you right up front, that first paragraph is just background. You don't need to underline it. You're just doing the second paragraph here and the last paragraph, which I spliced together for you. So the one that says in some ways, you're going to do that one, and you're going to do in short, the picture that emerged. You're going to underline for keywords only. So you might want to start with a pencil. That way you can erase and then do it with ink or a highlighter or whatever you want to do. And then over in the left-hand column, I want you to try to pull out the key point. Now, who knows where we're going to look for the key point, guys? Key point,
First and last.
The first and
sentence.
last.
that's it. First and last sentences. But there's a trick with this one. And since you guys are here, I'll tell you. See the last sentence of the second paragraph that says, at work, one hopes people don't steal your bicycle and give you a wedgie. That's just, she's just being cute there. So you may have to back up to the previous sentence to get her point. Right? See how it's in parentheses? She's doing like a little aside there, an extra sentence. So your key point is going to be located in the sentence before that. That's a big fat hint. All right. So you can stop sharing. Everybody knows how to get into. They're going to use their links in the announcement. And if it says unavailable, it means you've missed something in the prep week that I think is critical. So you can't access it until you finish the prep week. And then once you do, you will be able to see it not only when you click on the link in the announcements, but it'll also appear in your assignments. Before I let you turn you loose on that exercise, let me go back to my PowerPoint and show you the difference between a plot point and a key point. Actually, I think I can just share that. Okay. So in the case of this, if I were to write what happens, or let's take a movie. You guys have seen Ice Age. If I say the three travelers and the baby travel through a tunnel and see some line drawings. And even if I say that, I forget his name, the big elephant guy. It's not an elephant, it's help me out here. Ice Age.
Manny the mammoth.
Manny the whatever he is. Mammoth. Manny the mammoth stops and looks at the carvings. I'm telling you what happened, but you and I know there was a bigger meaning about what happened, right? What's the meaning behind what happened when he saw those drawings? It's been a while since you watched the show, I bet. It was a big dramatic moment, but why? Don't remember?
Isn't it because he's literally saving the child that killed his family and everything else?
Well, close. The pictures were of him and his battling to save his family, and the humans killing his wife and or his mate and his baby. They were literally pictures of that. So the meaning is the drawings actually represent what happened to him that made him so sad. It destroyed his life. He was willing to not even migrate. He wasn't even bothering to migrate. So what happened was they went through the cave and they saw the drawings, but the meaning of the drawings, the meaning of that, the import of it, the reason that it was even there is that it literally depicted and reminded him of what happened when he lost his mate and his child. So it had tremendous meaning. So what we're going for is the meaning, not so much what happened. So if I wrote, instead of writing health enthusiasts, 20 minutes 3 times a week, if I wrote health enthusiasts work out their strong abdominals and try to improve their flexibility, I'm saying what they do, not the importance of it. This one isn't as, this is more dry and bare bones. Do I have another example that would be better? Let's go back to the introduction. So if I wrote that she and her roommate went to the gym, that's what happened. But what was important about what happened? Does anybody know? What was important about going to the gym?
She needed to lose weight.
Well, that definitely is the reason she went to the gym. I agree with that. But what's important about them going to the gym? What happened there is what's important. What the realization, the moment that she realized that there were 4 different types of people who worked out for different reasons. So we're not going for she went to the gym. That's just what happened. We're going for what's the meaning of her going to the gym? Well, she went to the gym to lose weight, but that's when she realized there were 4 different types of people who worked out for different reasons. 4 different reasons to work out, something like that. Don't worry about it. If you don't do well with this, I've got some backup assignments to replace the grade. The important thing is you get on, it does us no good to try to write about stuff if you don't know how to quickly and easily get the key points and the overall point. Next exercise 2 will be trying to do the overall point. And that's going to happen that's going to be due on Tuesday, kind of before your, because we're not meeting next Friday, we're doing our conferences. But I still want you to progress with the reading. Some of you will do just fine with this and be ready to move on to the next step. No one will have access to it until I've graded your first one. So you will have my feedback before you go into the second one. And I'll probably do a video for you to look at. Because if I teach you now, you'll get confused and not do the right thing for the first one. The first one, we're just underlining and trying to pull out the key point in the margin, like I did here. Okay, that's all you're trying to do for just 2 paragraphs. The second paragraph on your handout and the last paragraph on your handout. Are we clear on what's due? And that'll have to come in on Sunday so I can get the grades done for you. It won't take you long, as you can see. It's just 2 paragraphs. And then you can move on to the next stage, which will be trying to get the overall point, which will be looking at the introduction and the conclusion of an essay. And we'll do the same thing. We'll underline it and we'll try to pull out what the overall point of the whole essay is just from those 2 paragraphs. All right, so our next step, and you guys can contact me, certainly email me, we can Zoom. If I think you are having trouble, I may contact you and say, hey, you got 10 minutes to Zoom, I'll get you straight. But our next task in class today is to go ahead and sign up for those, sign up for your conference. That's why I asked you to try to bring your schedule or know in your mind when you'll be available on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. There's too many of you to try to cram into our time together. So I had to spread it over a couple of days. Now, to do that, everybody needs to, there's a link in our announcement, or you should be able to see it in your assignments for week 1. Sign up for week 2 conference. And what this link does is it'll take you to my website. I do ESL tutoring on the side, and I teach wood carving classes. I know they're not related, but I pay for the website, so I have 2 different things. But this link will take you to my schedule so that you can choose a 15-minute segment, which will suffice as your attendance for next week's class. So if you all jump on at once, you're probably gonna collide with each other, but you can try. I want to make sure everybody knows how to get to the link. And it'll have a Zoom link in it, and it's our same Zoom link. So you'll get an email saying, thanks for signing up. Here's the link. It's the same one. Okay. I just use the same one for everything.
So the things we have due today is that discussion board and
Depends.
pretest.
If you have not completed the prep week, you're going to want to try to complete that, which will take you a total of no more than an hour, probably.
Okay.
And then do your discussion board.
Okay.
And before you leave me today, I want you to sign up for these conferences so that
Okay.
everybody has a scheduled time.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, do you have my, is my student Gmail on there? I got a new phone, so maybe I didn't see it. For the email,
I have in my class list, this is how
okay,
I email, when I have to email all of you, I email you
Okay.
from here. Who is asking?
It's Andrew. It should be at the top or near the top.
All right, I clicked checklist instead of class list. Hey, did you guys like
Okay,
the,
yeah, that's right. Okay.
I got the right, one. Yeah, it's gonna give me the OCC one. That's why I told you if you don't want to check two different places, you can forward it. And I gave you a little video on how to forward it.
Okay.
I think I gave you a video or I gave you
I
step by
think I
step.
just
with
got, I
pictures.
think the email got moved to trash because I didn't, yeah, it is. Here it is. Okay, I see it now.
Okay,
I don't know why it got moved there.
so is everyone clear on how to, you click that link to go to my website and then you choose one of those times. It's just like a 10, 15-minute deal. Well, so you got to show up on time, but you just show up on Zoom. And I'd like for you to have your postmortems ready. And the postmortem is just highlighting the areas that you think you're going to need to work on during the semester. So we can talk about that and bring any questions you have.
When we get to the booking, do we click the OCC student conferences one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise you'll get charged. You don't want to get
Yeah,
charged.
okay.
You've already
Thank
paid
you.
for this. Okay. Yeah. Do those. Those are always free. And I
I think
have,
it's the 15-minute one.
yeah, it's
I
15
already signed
minutes.
up. Yeah.
Good, good
There's
job.
a one at the bottom that says OCC meeting, and that one doesn't work.
Okay. What else do we have to do? I mean, before, there's so many little things that we have to take care of in the beginning here that I don't want anybody confused about. Did you guys like I'm trying to make my class more like an app, like a game app. So every time you completed one of the prep things, you got a new announcement that says, congratulations, you did this, and now you're on to this next one. Did you like that? Should I do that for every week? Or was it just overwhelming? I need some feedback because that takes me a little time to do, but if it helps you figure out where you are in the list, I will do it.
Yeah, I liked it, but I also really like having all the assignments up just so I see like how much I still have left.
Well, in the video, you can see, all right, these are the things, and this one's the one you're on, lights up, right? So all the prep weeks were listed there, but they were grayed out if you didn't complete them. So you want me to have one just like that stays there? Is that what you're saying?
Or
But
maybe
then,
if you could like create like a list, like in the content, like of like what we have like this week.
content doesn't work out well for us because we're using this external source
Not
and
content,
yeah,
like
like a
in the-
checklist.
yeah.
And the calendar is I don't know if the calendar is useful or not. Okay, what do you guys see on your calendar? Do you see what's due? "12 a.m." Tell that. That's crazy, isn't it? Okay, that's not useful. We won't use that. All right, so I think I can create a checklist. So would you like the checklist and those announcements that let you know, okay, you're here in this checklist? D12 doesn't quite work the way an app would. It won't
Yeah, I
let me.
think that would work.
All right. I just think it'll get bumped down. The full checklist will get bumped down as you get the new one saying, okay, you're here now. But I'll try it. I'll try it for this week. All right. So what else do we have to do in our list? Oh, and by the way, when I'm done with our agenda, all these videos we've been doing, I will put the appropriate video. I'll insert it like next to these things so you can see if you need to play it back. So you won't have the whole class, you'll have just one part of the class that pertains to whatever we did. How the internet changed bullying will be your assignment. You know that. We're signing up for the conferences now. Exercise 2 will be the overall point, but that won't be due till Tuesday, and you won't be able to see it until I actually grade your exercise 1. Because if you're off on the underlining part and getting the key point, you're not going to be able to do the overall point. Because same thing, except you're using the intro and the conclusion and trying to pull together the overall point of the whole essay. I did want to mention this. This is the fun part. I'm giving optional, and it's not many points, it's only 3 points extra credit. And only half of the class will be able to do this one in week 1. There's only half available. But there are some things you can do if you wanted to, that I call a dig. You have to actually do some digging around to find the answers to these. And once again, the bonus dig will be, I have to show you an edit assignment. You would sign up for a group based on which one you think you'd like to do. And you can actually see the topics. I guess you can't see them here. You have to see them in the discussion board. Yeah, we'll discard the changes. In the discussion board, you can see which things we're doing for extra credit, but it's 3 to a team. You have to have 3 members on your team to do it. So I just went in the same place again. I'm getting tired, aren't I? Discussion board. You guys saw this under week 1. These are just extra credit. They're optional. You do not have to take it. But so this one is the one we did in class, and these are the bonus ones. Which common course outcome? So you actually have to dig in our syllabus and find which common course outcome, and then discuss with each other which one we actually covered. Here's another one. Which course goal we actually attempted to this class. Here's another one. Explain the syllabus, just key parts in the syllabus. So you would have to present this to the class next time we meet in week 3. And I break it down so that one member looks up what an end mark is, one member looks up what to do if you fall behind in class, one member looks up. So one person actually compiles it into some kind of presentation. Your choice of how you want to present it. You could just pull the syllabus up and talk to your classmates about it, present it. So presentations, I didn't say this, but I want your presentations to be just 5 to 10 minutes, no more than 10 minutes. Here's one about critical thinking. We talked about that in class, but I want one member to actually look up what it means, either in the book or on the web, the definition, and another one to give an example of what critical thinking would be. And then the third member would put it together as a PowerPoint or some kind of Word document, however you want to demonstrate it. Take what the other 2 members came up with and pull it together to present it. And then that's our regular one we had to do. Okay, so that's, instead of me lecturing or going through the syllabus, I thought, let's put them to work. We're going to be in class together and you guys can take on some of the work. And it's much more fun and you can have some extra credit, your choice. But to do that, you're going to have to join the group, the one you want. So you should write down, is it 1, 2, 3, or 4 that you wanted to do? And then go to groups and say you wanted to do number 4, then you would join the number 4 group and see if you get enough members. Like that. So optional, don't have to do it. Take care of your other work first. But I just thought it'd be a fun way to discover these things. Are there any questions about what's due? I will put up today, I'll put up everything for week 1 in a list, and I'll even put the links in. But know that if you click on the link, and it says not available, it means you have not completed the previous things yet. There's something holding you up, so you need to backtrack into the prep week. Okay. Any questions?
Could you stay on at the end? I need to talk to you about something.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, because we're actually finishing 15 minutes early. Let the record show. I will stay on at the end, but I'm going to end this session so the video will end there and I'll come right back. Okay.
So just rejoin with the Zoom link.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
but I have to end it so this video will stop and we won't be on video on the end of the video that I post. All right. Anybody who has any questions, stay with me. I hope that you enjoyed this. And this is basically what we would have done in class. You would have been at computers and I would have told you to go to these places and do these things. And I would have demonstrated the same thing up on the big screen. So I hope you see this is how I intend to do the class, just like I would in real class. And I hope you find it useful. You're excused. And I'm available by email. And I'm going to end the meeting now, and anybody who has questions can come back in just a minute.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.